Hey, I'm Odette Blacklock, sports podiatrist, and today's subject is 3 ways cushioned shoes actually make you weaker. And number 1 is delayed response to ground reaction forces. Now, if we think about this, when we hit the ground, we need to feel it so we can respond to it. Think about a hot stove. If your hand touches that stove, there's nothing in between you and your hand, you can respond. The same is for ground reaction forces. If we put something in between us and the stove, we're not going to feel it, which is a good thing for touching a hot plate, but it's a really bad thing when it comes to being able to sense the ground. We need to sense the ground so everything upstream knows how to respond in time for our body weight to come over our foot. Which leads to number 2, overpronation. Really, overpronation comes from an inability to control the foot after we hit the ground. So think about it, our heel hits the ground, we're in this inverted position, and if we can't actually stabilize our ankle, maybe because we didn't feel ground reaction forces optimally, if we can't control our ankle stability, we will go straight into eversion and plant the middle of that foot down in order to try and get some control. What I notice with a lot of clients is as well, they'll lock their knee back in order to try and lock out the joints because they actually don't have that muscular control and that strength throughout the foot. And so because of cushioned shoes, our deceleration over the years, we've gotten really weak in those muscles to be able to perform that particular deceleration phase of the gait cycle. Which brings us to point number 3, which is poor postural alignment and then coactivation of our core and our glute muscles, so weakening of those muscles upstream. So if we think about it, if we go into pronation, watch what happens to my knee. It tends to move medially. Then my femur tends to move inward as well, which stretches out the glute because we get into an anterior tilt. So more stretch here, more stretch on the abdominal wall as well. So when things are always lengthened, we can't really contract them with strength. So when we hit the ground, we're going into that extension of the knee, pronation of the foot, lengthening of the glute, lengthening of the abdominal wall. Our spine is out of alignment and we're loading all of our joints in that particular way. That does add up over time. So when we learn to control the ankle, watch as I control the ankle, I bend my knee slightly, I tuck my tailbone under, my pelvis is in neutral, my glutes can contract. So if I roll my ankle out, I squeeze my glute, it rotates my femur. This is the biomechanics of how we walk. And these are the power leaks I see in a lot of people. And it can come down to just wearing shoes way too often that we've forgotten to strengthen our foundation, which is our foot. So if you think, oh yeah, my posture is out of alignment. Maybe you've got, shortened, weak back muscles, lengthened, weak core muscles, weak glutes. Fix your foot posture first and work on barefoot strength. You can find all the exercises you need for that in my program on my app. And if you have any questions, please reach out.